Now, there is some that say, Kurt, you fall in love too easily. And that's right. But, that's my choice. And, how long love lasts depends on how you respond. And for all you women who have accepted my invitation to be my third bride, and even 3 women at the same time being my third bride, which most people, even watching this at home, are going, what the hell is he talking about? But anywho, at some point, I do hope to have a third marriage. The first 2, my best friend in life, Bill, has said to me repeatedly, if you have any addiction, it's not drugs, sex, rock and roll. It is blue-eyed blondes. And he's right. My first 2 wives, big C's. Kind of like with my sister. Remember something. You do not have to stay with family members who make you insane or who are being abusive. You have the right to leave them and divorce them. You inherited them. You did not marry them. You didn't pick them as friends or pick your nose. But if your friends are like that and they're making your life insane, who do you have to look in the mirror and go, oh, it's my fault? But anyway, I met this beautiful lady. I thought at first it was Pippin or Mary Poppins or I don't know who the hell. What time is it? Probably about 2-3 hours ago, somewhere here beyond Uranus and near Universal's amphitheater. And her name is Jen or Jennifer. Have you told me your middle name yet?
My middle name is translucent like a candle.
Okay, cool. And do you have a last name?
That would be something like Altar Boy.
Okay, cool. Anyway, aside from her seemingly quirky stuff, she is very highly creative, and there are some things she talks about that are so spot on. I look at some of the other stuff as quirky, dark, insane type humor, and you have to have that. Having done Saturday Night Live and several other everything from romantic comedies to action films where you can get your ass kicked and die, like the Russian film we did with Sofia Skaya and Sophia, and to your husband in Moscow, my dear friends. Thank you for the honor to not only be a part of the production of that film and to work with you and Christian Slater and others on that, but to be the host at your world premiere at Warner Brothers private studio and to ask you more questions and hang. I have a project actually, Sophia, and your husband, and I apologize, I can't remember your name right now, and I'm not making excuses. It's just, when people are trying to kill you and you're dead ass tired. But I need to talk to you guys about a film that I would like to shoot in Russia, as long as you can, keep certain people on a tight leash and they don't mind that I editorialize about how I really feel about them. Otherwise, it could be a problem. Putin should just, get over it. But anywho, I would like to shoot there and also down in the Black Sea, down in like St. Peter's, Tampa. And I have a project that I know you would love. And I'd love, Sophia, if you're still acting and doing your ballet and singing and other things, I would love to have you also star in a film that I'm working on, as well as work on the concert for world peace. So I hope you're well. But anyway, I met Jen. I don't know if we're getting married or we're just new best friends, or she's going to be a psycho bitch, and 20 minutes from now I'm going to be robbed and cursing her to the bowels of hell, or she's the epiphany angel that I've been begging for. But I do know one thing for sure. She is truly intriguing. I've already proposed 70,000 times. That's how many children we're going to have. And so far I've determined that we like sexual friendship concepts. So at least it's not going to be her love. She's been abused so much in that fashion. And I truly, to eternity, thank my mother who was my best friend in life, who encouraged me never to take no for an answer. It may be, no, not me, no, not now, no, you gotta go find other people. But she always said, you know what, if you really believe in something, never give up on it, my son. You are the golden boy. You have the golden ears, the golden voice, you have the golden touch. And in a lot of ways, she was so right about all that, but she taught me to love and respect people, to treat them with love and dignity, and knows the complete sense. I'm very flirtatious, and talk the big game. That looks like a real screwy movie, Ethan Hawke, and I hope you don't go so far to the dark side with that jackal look you have for the black phone. There's obviously an audience for that. Believe me, I know. I've seen films like, Saw 45, and I know the guys who produced that, they were the same people also did 2.5 Women. I'm Men. Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, such a long list. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a complete blank right now, and I know you, and I love your work. And you've done so much for people in foreign countries, and I would be honored. And I'm sorry, a lot of head trauma going on. It'll come to me in a minute. Of course, I would like Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, and Corey Feldman. I'm so sorry, Corey. Kiefer Sutherland, Milk, and I didn't see her maiden. I'm so sorry. Matt Damon. The actor who played he was the mayor of San Francisco. It was called Milk. Who is that actor? He's also helped a lot with the Haitian crisis. And he's also been busting all the pubs. I can say, you know who I'm talking about. I'm so sorry, dude. I am so sorry. It's Kurt Shelley, and it's been a rough road, bro. But I am so in awe of some of the things you have stepped up to the plate to do, and bless you for eternity for that. George Clooney. I mean, I'm calling out people I know, who I have met personally. I've seen them at the red carpets. I've been there when they are doing opening nights or Q&As. And George, I commend you for always being a truly open, honest, charismatic, honest, loving, thoughtful human being. Even when you're like way over time and hey, it's Hollywood Reporting, we gotta go. You're still hanging there even after it shuts down, answering fans and friends' questions one-on-one. You shake hands and you look people right in the eye, and that's the real deal. And bless you for all you've done for your art, and I need your art to help echo the message that no one wins World War III. Extinction 7 is real, and it's time we stop the bullshit on planet Earth. And I'm sorry if anybody's offended by that, but the truth is, if you didn't make it, if you didn't create it, what gives you the right to diminish it, to destroy it, to obliterate it, any more than breaking the wings of an angel by constantly putting him down with negative, oh, you're always so bad at this or that, or turning him into a sex slave bitch or hoe. When you violate another person's right to be a free spirit in any fashion, whether it's through rape, sodomy, mental warfare, hater shit, and I did say shit, you haters are some of the most vile demons ever incarnated. And I'm sure you're all going, yeah, we rock. You know what? Fuck you. Even Satan is embarrassed of you. When I hear from people like Satan and his sons, I did say that, didn't I? And his sons and others saying, yo, can we get an extension? How about another 500 to 1,000 years? And my answer is still a fucking firm, fuck you, no. Unless you figure out a way to coexist, then Armageddon it and stop tormenting innocent souls. You don't have that right. Free will run riot is one of the worst sins of all time. It's worse than sodomy, lust, and all the 7 deadly sins. And by the way, there's more than 7 commandments and 7 deadly sins. But you can figure them out if you really look in the mirror and say, am I the best I can be Did I go out of my way to put down my arms and open my arms and help someone today? Or was I just a complete piece of shit to everybody I met? Or, I was nice up until this point. I'm nice up until the point you show me you're a fucking asshole. And that point, I'm sorry, kids, all gloves off, it's called self-defense. Him or me, what's it going to be? I know what my obligation is to eternity, to my creator, to my master, and there's no irony that there's a truck driving up my ass that I am sorry, I couldn't resist. Get over it. Yo, and if you want to censor my stuff, please think before you strike my channels, because I'm working on a concept for world peace, that if you strike my channels and they get taken down in any fashion, or even a video like this, I will strike back. And I do have that legal right, because I'm trying to educate a bunch of dumb shits who are sheeple, who are going right over the fucking cliff, kind of like, bah, bah. Yeah, they're having a sleepless night and a fucking coma. It's time to wake up. You can't keep blaming Joe Mommy, Joe Daddy, your friends for all your fucking problems, because some of the fact is, you picked them, you stayed with them, and you're putting up with the bullshit, and you're making everybody else miserable. So would you just either kill yourself or move away from them and go to a 12-step meeting and get some fucking help and stop being a whining, sniveling piece of shit? When you hover over other people's stuff, if it's not your shit, hey, let's start a new campaign. Get over it. Get your hands away from it. Because if it's not your shit and you touch it, we should probably break your arms and legs off to let you know you ain't running with it, you ain't taking it, and if you keep it up, you ain't going to be doing much of anything except being a sniveling piece of shit that nobody wants to deal with. You have to learn how to put aside your differences, find ways to mitigate the bullshit, and make amends when they do. Because if you don't, you're still a piece of shit. Oh, that's the 240 that's going out to Northridge. And I don't ever, by the way, because I have really light eyes and they change colors a lot. I've been told they turn gray, blue. You know what? I don't care what you believe in, actually. I know what's real. And I know what the deal is. And if you don't want to believe me, that's on you. But maybe you should go see Dr. Karen at UCLA NPI, and she'll probably tell you something like, she told LAPD one day when they fucked with me one too many times, and I was booked in under the name Unknown Bond 1479. When 007 isn't enough, you call it the big boy. And my new date of birth for that one is 1/1/1900. You know what? For 122-year-old James Bond and Sean, I didn't do this. Yo, by the way, the Bond people were bondage. Like Sean Connery, Roger Moore, and the list goes on. And if I don't name everybody's name, at some point I will, or get over it and just say yes will help. Have your agent, your mommy, your dad, whoever it takes. You can call me personally. I don't give a shit. Let's communicate how we're doing a concert. About 8 days, maybe 10. Who gives a fuck? It's my show. I'm paying for it. And it's going to be 360 VR with virtual reality and augmented reality and IMAX and shit that'll blow your fucking mind from here to Kingdom Come. There's a reason they call me #the_Phoenix. Yeah, I know you think I'm delusional and nuts. Go see the accomplished PhD Dr. Karen at UCLA MPI and ask her how nuts Kurt Kelly is. Because I know she told LAPD, yo, I know Kurt Kelly. He has lectured to the entire staff at Harvard General and at UCLA, and we know his works. And if Kurt says something, he's honest, he reports the truth, and he's real. And you guys are a bunch of crooks, and I'm going to go to federal court and file on Kurt Kelly's behalf because I'm tired of seeing everybody fucking with him. And you know what, Dr. Karen? For eternity, may you be blessed for your wisdom, and not because you did something kind to me, because you did the right thing. And I love you dearly for that, for eternity. And if I can ever help you in any way, I'll be there. And I would love your help and some stuff we can put together about mental health, mental illness, and post-traumatic stress, and people who are victims of violent crimes, and how we can help them heal and become whole and normal, functioning in society again, instead of being fucking traumatized on the side of the road, waiting for the next fucking asshole to come up and jack their shit and fuck them over. Or should we keep it that way because you stupid motherfuckers who think you are so perfect and elite, the 1% who has more than 200% of the money, should go suck a horse dick and swallow. Maybe you guys should be homeless and bumbling on the street begging for coins for the next 1,000 generations, and then you'll get an idea what it's like to be treated like dog shit. Wake up, planet. None yas, not onions, and get over the fact if you think I'm doing this because I'm drunk or high or whatever. No, when you get all your fucking teeth knocked out of your mouth because this 24-year-old who ran me over last July 18th, and bitch, I'm coming for you. I just want you to know you're 24. You're cocky as fuck. I know that because you were bragging on my social media to my fans and friends that I wasn't a son of a bitch. I was a son of a bitch, and you killed the motherfucker today. Yo, cunt. Just because you got the state of California covering for you right now, you're going to need more than an army. You're going to need more than Putin, Tuk, and Chew in the U.S. government. I don't give a shit if it was ordered by the White House. I'm going to find you. And then everybody who gave the orders along the way that said, cover this up, don't let Kurt find out, this is going to be a shitstorm from hell. Guess what? It's not going to be a shitstorm. It's going to be a blizzard fucking hurricane. I don't give a shit if it's Biden, Camilla, go fuck yourself, Harris, or the White House. Anybody who shut this up and try to cover up that a 24-year-old was to commit a hate crime and do intentional manslaughter and run me over at 50 miles an hour when I'm already trekking on my trek at 20 miles an hour and I hit the pavement at about 70 miles an hour. Do the fucking math, bitches. About 70 miles an hour and knocked out all my teeth. I'm lucky I can talk. Thank you, God. And if you don't like what I'm saying, get over it. When's the last time you hit this man at 70 miles an hour? If you haven't walked a mile in my shoes, or had your head crushed as many times, or bones bruised from head to toe, and that ain't no lie, look at the fucking records at UCLA alone. If I decided to release my hip into the world, and you'll see that my hips have been broken, bruised. No, excuse me, I have never, to my knowledge, but you know, forensics can tell the truth later in time, or if I consent, I get over it. I don't think I've ever broken a bone. I fractured almost everything head to toe. I have been concussed. I have been roofied. I have been, people have put so many barbiturates into me, they were actually demanding I stay in the emergency room and then go to a 60-day rehab out in Malibu. Oh, fuck you, I don't take downers. That was Ralph Reicherman from the Scorpions, that roofing son of a bitch who roofied me the second time. First time, it was with ketamine, which nearly fucking killed me, and I couldn't talk for 12 hours. Ralph, honestly, you are a piece of shit, and you should go to hell for eternity for all the women you've raped and other people. But the fact that you actually roofied me because you were jealous that even in your own house and studios, I was a bigger rock star than you were, get the fuck over it, bitch. Seriously, you are a sadistic, pedophile piece of dog shit, and that's why they kicked you out of the Scorpions, truth be told. Rock and roll, bitch. I told you, payback's a bitch, and it was coming. And the fact that you play that bullshit game on the red carpet with GM and Chevy and the people I actually helped pull the strings to get you in with, dickhead, I'm from Michigan. Go fuck yourself. And, oh, we must get Kurt Kelly on in the shop with me because he's a bigger rock star than I am. Yeah, you got fired from the Scorpions, and I was still doing television and film, voiceover, and kiss my ass. So I just want to say, at some point, if somebody doesn't take that bitch into custody, I will personally take him out when I see him next time. You try to kill me twice, Reicherman. A third time ain't gonna be a charm, bitch. So you can either go shoot yourself right now, turn yourself in, or they can cuff your ass and shoot you. But, dude, you're about to die. I am not ever gonna let myself or anybody go through that trauma again. And that's not murder, actually. Call it post-traumatic stress, call it retribution, call it, you know what? Even the state, the feds, and the local, I've said, Kurt, carry, and we don't care if it's legal or not, carry, and if you gotta drop people, drop them, you have an open license to kill. And for you jackasses who think I'm joking, watch it. Because if I do crack your ass and you're dead, guess what? Dead is dead. You probably won't rise from the dead like I do, because it's really your fucking time, and I had a say in it. And, even more importantly, watch that I won't also walk on it. So if you're feeling lucky, you want to roll the dice, you know, ponies, and you other jackasses like Blaze and Blake, and you people who have been robbing me on video in metro stations under federal video surveillance, FBI surveillance cameras. Hey, I didn't ask them all to be there, but when I start screaming loud, they show the fuck up. Oh, and don't forget the CIA were there. And did you see the ones that said DHS, Department of Homeland Security? Those are real people that I was meeting with. So when you jackasses think I'm talking on my ass, you can think whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. And when the feds hear me talking, they know I don't take orders from anybody, and I tell them all to fuck off. I don't give a shit what they think. And they can try and kill me again. They've been trying to do that since I was fucking born. That's why they put me in the Jason Bourne Project. I was actually a female, but they didn't want some girl going, I'm gonna bore your ass. They really needed to keep it a dude. So later in life, I found out when you get your balls beaten by LAPD and you have to walk around for 7.5 years with, mango balls because nobody wants to take them to trial. And, of course, nobody in LA County wants to operate on you when it was LAPD who beat your balls, because if they help you, and so they just say, yeah, and you'll have to schedule it. And I'm like, yo, they didn't schedule it when they... in May, you can go back and look at CBS and NBC footage of the afternoon news on a Thursday, Friday before my birthday weekend, and it exists. I think it was Friday, and in the 5 o'clock news, while they were talking about a federal case and what was going on in federal court across the street, you also saw me getting my nutsack beat in by 12 LAPDs. I was that white dude getting my ass beat on national television on multiple networks. So, by the way, networks, I do want copies of that footage, because that's going to go to a International War Crimes Commission. I'm going to have their badges seared to their ball sacks or their tits, or their lips, or whatever organs they have available in case they're transgender, transsexual, the midnight train to Georgia, the highway to hell, reptilian shapeshifters, and let's not count, the rodent people and people who live way down fucking underground, and the reptilian people, shapeshifters, and aliens that really come from other galaxies and planet and don't come from Cleveland versus, Mahawadabiwawa. Wake up, folks. If they live on planet Earth, whether they started here or not is not really relevant. And who are you to fucking judge? You created all this, you know everything about it, you can say, hey, and God would do... Really? And if you know so much about God, do you think God really likes the name God? Yeah, and backwards, when it's satanic and shit, the wagging of the tail can change God's mind. Fuck off! How about something more reverent that you can all agree on? Not Yahweh, Buddha, Allah, Buddha. How about 600 gods? How about if your God will give you 72 virgins for tormenting and destroying other innocent lives? We call that Satan. You give credit where credit's due. I mean, he's a rock star at that shit. Or Lucifer, or, angels and demons. But you pig shits who don't seem to get that, and you think it's all exciting to be on the dark side. Problem is, when you get there, it doesn't ever stop returning. You're really sealed in there, and you don't get another chance, or you're fucked beyond recognition. But some of you, when I've actually said to your face, you're so fucking vile that even Satan wouldn't want you around. And honestly, God, I mean, when you talk, I can smell the death on your breath. Do you see dead people? Yes, and some of them really talk, and they smell so vile. But they're the ones you can see in the daylight that are hiding in the shadows and eating out of trash cans right in front of you. And they'll also do it at night, and they may eat you too, because they're just kind of like, they've got dark sunken eyes, they do talk, they drool, and they'll eat the same shit and eat even rat shit off a pizza, because they just... Anywho, now that you're about ready to hurl, this gets better. There was a guy that was so vile, and I started throwing bags of... I'm sure I'm saying it, of my excrement tied up, and I saw him start to chow down on it several nights in a row. I'm like, dude, you realize that's a bag of shit? Yeah, I love it, but it's my shit. Why are you eating my shit? Oh, because you eat the best shit in the world. And dude, I know if I eat enough of your good shit, I'll get you really good shit, and then I can rob you good. And I looked at him, and I cracked something nearby me, and I said, yo, you are so vile and disgusting. You should get the fuck off the beach, and if I ever see you again, I'll probably kill you. I saw him the next day. I almost killed him. I cracked the thing again. I said, yo, jackass, you're the guy who likes to eat my shit, and everybody at the table's like kind of jumping backward. And motherfucker, I told you, if I saw you again, I'd probably kill you. And your reason was, you like my shit. And he told the same story in front of him. Everybody got so disgusted. People were like hurling and stuff and threw him the fuck off the beach. I've never seen him again. I personally didn't kill him, but if he died as a result of it, I really am so not sorry. But some of you, I've even personally told, I won't have to come and find you. I'll send out like some of my good friends, like Pegasus, MAs, Black Panthers, you know, bikers like Harley Davidson, you know, biker gang people, because the Hells Angels, Pegasus, Black Panthers, and the MAs, for one thing, have loyalty and integrity, and if it's for the right reasons, for the family, for the bloodline, whatever, they don't usually go too random and just decide, unless they're fucking too drunk on tequila and high on cocaine and other drugs. That's a whole other story. But a true honorable person doesn't do the wrong thing by accident. I loved hearing from someone not, by the way, I nearly vomited. Yeah, he lost a very dear international girlfriend because a friend, when they went out for a date after he just saw her the last time, and she went out of the way to help him out with a lot of stuff, accidentally shot her and walked on it because he had the right attorneys. Excuse me? How do you accidentally shoot someone on a date? Huh? Are they related to the Cheneys, so you can be the vice president and the head of Go Fuck Yourself? Halliburton, is it? You go back to Helen Burton? You know, and I applaud his daughter who stood up to the corruption in the Republican side. And it's on both sides, and even on the teetotal. It's on all sides. All sides lie. Organized crime, organized government, organized religion, organized sex and private groups, all who want to play God and control freaks and run everything. The thing that's written on the Doomsday Monument that some people pay attention to, and most of you are clueless bitches, the Doomsday Monument, a.k.a. the Georgia Guidestones. It's written in 12 languages. 4 we haven't spoken on this planet in light years. I mean, thousands of years, like ancient Greek. Okay, I'll give you that one. Sanskrit. Hieroglyphics. Oh yeah, I know how to read pictures. And if a picture's worth 1,000 words, you can do the Reader's Digest, because some of you will actually do 1,000,000 words, and then I want to scream, shut the fuck up. I'm sure you're thinking that about me right now. Get over it. It's time you start to listen to the truth. And most of you see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. You realize you're very evil, because under moral and legal laws in your societies, you are compelled to help the victim, and if you witness a crime, you're supposed to let people know on the down low. You know, you don't put it up on signs and, hey, I'm the motherfucker, unless of course you're like me and you want to risk dying, or you need to be an example for the truth. Believe me, I don't like the fact that I have been in numerous hit and runs, 50 in the last decade alone, and I have been killed so many times in this lifetime and in these incarnations over the past 2 centuries alone, that even the nomads are like, dude, you must have some super soul traction, because, dude, you just keep coming back. Some would call me the Phoenix, some would call me the Gray Wizard, the White Wizard, the Peckerhead. I don't give a fuck who you are or what you think you call me. You can call me Kurt. You can treat me kind. You can call me Joe. I was born in JC. But who likes crucifixions? I mean, that's painful shit, dude. It's bleeding out and get stabbed. But when you have a groin hernia, you have to carry around with testicles the size of coconuts, literally for almost 6.5 years, because nobody wants to operate in LA. And finally you get wise that you're going to die, and you go to a beach and die and start dying. And unfortunately then, state representatives and other people allegedly took a shit all the way to the White House and sent people out to find me dying in Santa Monica. Because literally I was probably ready to just shit my brains out and say, fuck this, I'm not moving. I've been hurt enough. And get over it. That's real. At least I didn't kill myself, and I'm not a depressive person. But when you hurt me so badly, I can hardly move for days on end. And every move I make is in pain. And then when I get the groin hernia fixed, which only took twice in less than 30 days, I mean, who likes getting their nuts cut apart once? But then you got to do it with 4 more incisions, because the beating was so brutal and the damage so deep and bad. It's a wonder I didn't die. But again, God's will, how about the Creator's will, the Architect's will, the inventors of time and creation and the Matrix, and all the amazing gifts you were given in life that you wasted away, getting too high, too stupid, never developed, didn't give a shit about, were never encouraged about. You can blame and shame yourself and others till the end of time, but any time in the road, when you see this fork, you can always take a turn or go fork yourself, because at the end of the time, I know the creator, the architects, the people who, and it's not just St. Peter at the door going, yeah, come on in, it's okay, welcome home. Wake the fuck up, Chucks. It's about your karma and your essence through all of your incarnations. And it's not just one. It's not like, oh, this feels like deja vu. Go feel yourself, jackass. How about, let's call it kind of a French thing, like voulez-vous coucher avec moi? C'est soit, c'est soit. Isn't it amazing we got little kids going, hey, do you want to fuck me tonight? Singing around the world. Billions of kids had no idea what they were singing. And I was laughing my ass off going, I actually speak French, and I'm liking this if they're of age. If not, keep me off the set. I'm not a pedophile. I am not a raper or molester. When a woman says no to me, that's a complete sentence. I'd rather be their best friend. It sucks, by the way, being the best friend with no benefits. But you know what? You have much longer, hopefully, unless, you're like Lori, who has blamed me for every problem she's had in her life since things got turned upside down with the gates. And you know who I'm talking about. And put a peacock up her ass and moved to a different city and has basically told me to go pound sand. Lori, get the fuck over yourself and pick up the phone. Because if you don't, I'm actually thinking you're part of the terrorist stuff through the Gates Foundation, and they have their fingers way up my ass. So if you don't call me soon, I'm probably going to bring you into a grand jury hearing and accuse you of treasonous acts. And that's being honest, girl. So I'm calling people out by name right now around the world. And if you don't like that, you should have called me a long time ago. Because I've called you and you've hung up on me. And I'm done with the bullshit games. I want answers for the bullshit and who set up your records and NBC and fucked up your phones. It wasn't me, and I'm not going to take the shit for it anymore. Anyway, have a great night. We'll do it more. More will be revealed soon. But those of you who know me well know that this was coming anyway. And those who don't really know me well, oh well, you should have started to study that a long time ago. Because I've not only been the voice of God, the voice of experience, the voices of angels and demons, the disruptor, I'm like the motherfucker in charge, and you piss Kurt off on set, you get like 2 takes, and after that, you're paying for each additional take, because we hire professionals, and you should have known your fucking bit, and there are no second takes. Life is real. You get killed, dead is dead. Unless you can raise from the dead, and I haven't seen many people do that aside from Jesus Christ, myself, and some others. Otherwise, you ain't walking on water either, bitch. So get over yourself, and start to get along with other people, and I want to see it happen immediately. And all the people I just called out, even Aziz, yo, and Yabar, come on. Or as the royal family decided to, don't make me out them publicly, dude. Pick up the phone and return my calls. And Miss Peacock, Hoffman, I help you get that job at NBC whether you realize it or not. And honest to God, if you bone me on the next part of the story, I expect a written amends. I really do. And I expect a full report to me publicly, and that you were told by your corporation to do certain things that were unethical. And NBC, I might forgive you at some point, but you are going to get the alumni staff from Saturday Night Live and others that I've worked with over the years, and don't give them any of those backdoor kind of calls like, yo, you can't help Kurt out because if you do it, blah, 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 blah. Go fuck yourself. I want a green light from everybody, and I want to see the right people on the show, on the set, and I want to see humanitarians. I want to see people speaking out about hate crimes. I want to hear from hers. I want to hear from people who need to heal. And if you can't deal with the fact that some are on serious drugs or sex or other things you think is just demonistic, maybe it's time you stop judging and start learning how to heal and help others heal. Because if not, your self-righteous ways, your path of self-righteousness, good intention, and don't I look so good? Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Mirror, mirror on the wall, will you tell them the truth? Some of the biggest pricks are you, the haters, and the judges, and the people who make the laws, and then break the laws, and then twist the laws, and shove it up and say, bend over, take a plea for me. I ain't bending over for anybody. And the next motherfucker who thinks you're killing me, you may or may not be lucky, because I may just get to the point where I'm getting fuck this shit. But if that happens, your time on planet Earth is very nil. In the Akashic Records, if you try to kill me much more, I'm just going to fly away and Armageddon it.